You've slept your full 8 hours, but you wake up feeling like you've been hit by a truck. Your eyes are heavy, your mind is foggy, and you feel more exhausted than when you went to bed the night before. If this happens to you regularly, I need to tell you something that could completely change your life. More than 936 million people worldwide suffer from obstructive sleep apnea, and the vast majority don't even know they have it. While you think you're sleeping soundly for 8 hours, your body may be fighting a silent battle for survival, stopping breathing up to 30 times an hour, depriving your brain of oxygen and destroying the quality of your sleep. This isn't just a matter of snoring or morning fatigue. We're talking about a condition that increases your risk of stroke by 140%, triples your chances of developing serious heart problems, and can literally shorten your life expectancy by years. The terrifying thing is that you could be experiencing this every night without having the slightest idea of what's happening to your body. Imagine waking up every day feeling like you haven't slept at all, trying to function at work with a foggy mind, becoming easily irritable, gaining weight inexplicably, and having your sex life completely destroyed, all because your airways are silently collapsing during sleep. Have you ever wondered why, even though you follow all the rules of healthy sleep, keeping a regular schedule, avoiding screens before bed, and creating a dark and quiet environment, you still wake up feeling like you haven't rested at all? The answer may lie in the hundreds of micro-awakenings your brain sends throughout the night to force you to breathe again. Each time your breathing stops, even for a few seconds, your body goes into emergency mode, releasing stress hormones, racing your heart and pulling you back from deep restorative sleep to a state of semi-wakefulness. It's as if someone is nudging you every 2 or 3 minutes throughout the night, preventing you from reaching the deepest, most restorative stages of sleep. If you're watching this video because you recognize yourself in this description, I want you to know that you're not doomed to live like this forever. There's a scientific explanation for everything you're feeling, and more importantly, there are proven solutions that can transform your nights and consequently your entire quality of life. Over the next few minutes, I'll share with you information that sleep specialists consider essential, but unfortunately, it doesn't reach the people who need it most. Together, we'll unravel the mysteries behind your unexplained fatigue and discover how thousands of people around the world have managed to regain their restful nights of sleep. Prepare to finally understand what might be happening inside your body every night and how you can start taking control of the situation today. Before we continue this journey of discovery together, I need to extend a special invitation. If you've come this far because you're tired of waking up tired, or because you're searching for answers to something that's been affecting your quality of life for months or even years, you've come to the right place. This channel was created specifically for people like you who know something isn't right with their sleep but can't find clear, practical answers. Here we don't just talk about complicated medical theory. We share science-based information, but explained in a way that anyone can understand and, more importantly, apply to their real lives. Subscribe now and turn on your notification bell, because in the coming weeks we'll be publishing specific content on breathing techniques that can immediately improve your sleep quality, simple exercises that strengthen your throat muscles, changes in sleeping position that can reduce apnea episodes, and much more. You don't have to go through this alone. We've helped thousands of people transform their nights, and now we want to help you too. Each person who joins our community not only gains access to life-changing information, but also helps us reach others who may be suffering in silence, unaware that there is hope and real solutions to their sleep problems. Now let's understand exactly what sleep apnea is and why it might be the answer to all these symptoms you've been experiencing. Obstructive sleep apnea occurs when the muscles in the back of your throat relax too much during sleep, allowing the soft tissues to collapse and partially or completely block your airway. It's like someone squeezing a garden hose as the water tries to flow through. When this happens, your blood oxygen levels plummet and your brain in full emergency mode forces you to partially wake up so you can breathe again. This process can happen 5, 10, 20, or even more than 30 times an hour every night, without you even being aware of it. Imagine a person who thought they had chronic insomnia because they woke up tired every day, even though they went to bed early, and maintained a strict 8-hour sleep routine. They took numerous supplements, changed their diet, and invested in an expensive mattress, but nothing worked. When she finally discovered she had sleep apnea and began appropriate treatment, she said it was like being reborn. For the first time in years, she woke up feeling truly rested, with the energy to work, play with her children, and have the energy to pursue activities she had long ago abandoned. The symptoms of sleep apnea go far beyond simple morning fatigue. You may experience excessive daytime sleepiness, especially in situations where you should be alert, such as driving or attending important meetings. Your ability to concentrate may be severely compromised, making simple tasks seem like insurmountable mountains. Many people report drastic mood swings, becoming irritable, anxious, or even developing symptoms of depression. Unexplained weight gain is also common because sleep deprivation completely messes with the hormones that control hunger and satiety. You may be eating the same amounts as always, but your body is storing fat as if preparing for a prolonged emergency. Libido is also severely affected both by physical exhaustion and by hormonal imbalances caused by chronic lack of quality sleep. Some of the most concerning symptoms include constant morning headaches, dry mouth upon waking, excessive night sweats, and a general feeling that your body is aging faster than it should. If you're finding this information helpful and recognizing symptoms in yourself, please leave a comment with number 1 to let me know this content is helping you better understand what might be happening with your sleep. The causes of sleep apnea are varied and often combine to create the problem. Excess weight is a significant factor, especially when fat accumulates around the neck, creating additional pressure on the airway. But it's important to understand that thin people can also develop sleep apnea. The natural anatomy of your throat, the size of your tongue, the shape of your palate, and even the position of your jaw can contribute to the problem. Aging is also a factor because as we age, the throat muscles naturally lose some of their firmness. Alcohol consumption, especially close to bedtime, excessively relaxes the throat muscles, increasing the chances of airway collapse. Smoking is also a significant risk factor because it causes inflammation and fluid retention in the upper airway. Some medications, especially sedatives and muscle relaxants, can worsen the problem. Your sleeping position also plays a role. Sleeping on your back allows gravity to pull the tongue and soft tissues backward, increasing airway obstruction. Imagine a person who was always a good sleeper but started snoring loudly after the age of 40. Initially, his family joked about his snoring, but over time, they noticed he would stop breathing for several seconds, followed by a loud, choking snore when he started breathing again. When he sought professional help and discovered he had moderate sleep apnea, he realized that all the symptoms he attributed to work stress were actually related to poor sleep quality caused by constant interruptions in breathing. The risks of leaving sleep apnea untreated are genuinely frightening and go far beyond simply feeling tired. Let's talk about what actually happens to your body when it's deprived of adequate oxygen night after night. Your cardiovascular system is one of the most affected. Each time your breathing stops, your heart has to work much harder to pump blood with less oxygen available, and this happens hundreds of times a night. Over time, this constant overload can lead to the development of high blood pressure, cardiac arrhythmias, heart failure, and significantly increase your risk of heart attack. Studies show that people with untreated sleep apnea are almost 3 times more likely to develop serious cardiovascular disease. The risk of stroke is also dramatically increased because the constant drops in oxygen levels can damage the blood vessels in the brain. Your metabolic system also gradually collapses. Chronic sleep deprivation completely disrupts insulin production, dramatically increasing your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Even if you maintain a balanced diet and exercise regularly, your body can begin to resist insulin due to the hormonal imbalances caused by sleep apnea. The immune system is also severely compromised. People with untreated sleep apnea get sick, much more often take longer to recover from infections, and are at greater risk of developing chronic inflammatory conditions. Mental health is also severely impacted. Chronic deprivation of quality sleep is directly linked to the development of depression, anxiety, and other mood disorders. Many people who have struggled with depression for years find that treating their sleep apnea significantly improves their psychiatric symptoms. I need to pause here and speak directly to you, the reader. How many times have you woken up feeling like your night's sleep was a battle you lost? How many mornings have you started the day feeling defeated before you even got out of bed? Have you ever looked in the mirror in the morning and seen in your own eyes the exhaustion of someone who hasn't truly rested in weeks or months? Maybe you've tried to explain to friends and family how you feel, but they simply can't understand why you're always exhausted, even if you've only gotten your full 8 hours of sleep. I want you to know that every word I'm saying here comes from the deep understanding that behind the statistics I mention are real people just like you who wake up every day wondering if they'll have enough energy to face another day. If you recognize yourself in anything I've said so far, please leave a comment, simply saying, "I wake up more tired than when I went to bed." You're not just writing to me. There are thousands of people watching this video right now who may be going through the same thing as you, and reading your comment may be just what they need to realize they're not alone. Let's break the silence around sleep apnea together and create a support network where no one has to carry this burden alone. Now let's talk about the diagnostic and treatment options that can literally transform your life. Diagnosing sleep apnea usually begins with a detailed assessment of your symptoms and sleep history, but the gold standard for confirmation is a test called polysomnography, which can be performed in specialized clinics or even in your own home with modern portable equipment. During this test, your breathing patterns, blood oxygen levels, brain activity, eye movements, heart rate, and muscle movements are monitored throughout the night. This allows specialists to determine not only whether you have sleep apnea, but also the severity of your condition. The most common and effective treatment is CPAP, which stands for Continuous Positive Airway Pressure. It's like having a small compressor that delivers a constant flow of pressurized air through a mask, keeping your airway open throughout the night. I know the idea of sleeping with a mask may seem intimidating at first, but the transformation people experience is so dramatic that most adapt quickly. Imagine a person who resisted CPAP treatment for months because they thought it would be uncomfortable and noisy. They had tried several other solutions without success and were reaching the point of accepting that they would always feel tired. When they finally decided to try CPAP, they discovered that modern machines are quiet, comfortable, and have masks that adapt perfectly to the shape of their face. The first morning after using the machine, they woke up for the first time in years, feeling genuinely rested with the energy to exercise before work, something they hadn't been able to do in a long time. There are also other treatment options, depending on the severity and specific characteristics of your sleep apnea. Custom dental appliances can be very effective for mild to moderate cases. These devices are custom-made by dentists specializing in sleep medicine and work by repositioning your jaw and tongue to keep your airway open. For some people, lifestyle changes can make a significant difference. Losing weight, especially around the neck, can reduce pressure on the airway. Quitting smoking improves inflammation and swelling in the upper airway. Avoiding alcohol around sleep prevents excessive relaxation of the throat muscles. Changing your sleeping position, especially avoiding sleeping on your back, can be surprisingly effective for some types of apnea. Specific exercises to strengthen the throat and tongue muscles, developed by specialized speech-language pathologists, can also help significantly. In more severe cases, surgical interventions may be necessary, ranging from minimally invasive procedures to more complex surgeries to remove excess tissue or reposition anatomical structures. Positional therapy, using devices that prevent you from rolling onto your back during sleep, can also be a simple and effective solution for many people. The important thing to understand is that there's no one-size-fits-all approach. The ideal treatment is always personalized, taking into account the severity of your apnea, your specific anatomy, your lifestyle, and your personal preferences. If you're finding this content enlightening and helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know this information is making sense to you. Let's now address some of the most dangerous myths about sleep apnea that prevent many people from seeking help. The first myth is that sleep apnea is only a problem for overweight people. The truth is that although excess weight is a significant risk factor, thin people can also develop sleep apnea due to anatomical factors such as a small jaw, large tongue, enlarged tonsils, or simply the way their airways are structured. Another dangerous myth is that loud snoring is normal and does not indicate any health problem. In reality, loud snoring interrupted by periods of silence, followed by gasps or sighs, are clear signs that your airways may be collapsing during sleep. Many people also believe that if they can fall asleep easily, they cannot have sleep apnea. This is completely wrong. Sleep apnea doesn't prevent you from falling asleep, it prevents you from getting a restful, deep sleep. You can sleep 8, 9, or even 10 hours a night and still wake up exhausted if your breathing is constantly interrupted. There's also a myth that sleep apnea is a condition that only affects older men. The truth is that women, especially after menopause, also have a significant risk of developing sleep apnea. And young people, including children, can also be affected, especially if they have enlarged tonsils or adenoids. Another common misconception is that using a CPAP machine is uncomfortable and completely prevents a good night's sleep. Modern machines are very different from older models. They're quiet, have comfortable and flexible masks, and many have features like heating and humidifying the air that make the experience much more pleasant. The connection between sleep apnea and other health conditions runs much deeper than most people realize. If you already struggle with high blood pressure that seems resistant to medication, sleep apnea may be the underlying cause. Many people are able to significantly reduce or even eliminate high blood pressure medications after properly treating their sleep apnea. If you have type 2 diabetes and your blood sugar levels seem unstable despite diet and medication, sleep apnea may be sabotaging your glycemic control efforts. Treating sleep apnea often results in better diabetes control. If you suffer from gastroesophageal reflux disease that worsens at night, it may be directly related to the breathing efforts caused by sleep apnea. The pressure changes in your chest during apnea episodes can force stomach acid back up into your esophagus. Even problems like memory loss, difficulty concentrating, and what some people call brain fog can be directly linked to chronic oxygen deprivation caused by sleep apnea. Imagine a person who at 45 began to worry about forgetting simple things, losing focus during important conversations, and feeling mentally slower than usual. She even consulted a neurologist, fearing a degenerative problem. When her sleep apnea was discovered and treated, she not only regained her physical energy, but also noticed a dramatic improvement in mental clarity, memory, and ability to concentrate. The impact of sleep apnea on relationships and social life cannot be underestimated. Loud snoring can significantly disrupt a partner's sleep, creating tension and resentment in the relationship. Many couples end up sleeping in separate bedrooms, which can affect intimacy and emotional connection. The constant irritability caused by sleep deprivation can make a person less patient with children, more prone to conflict at work, and less sociable. In general, reduced libido and erectile dysfunction in men are common with untreated sleep apnea, creating another stressor in intimate relationships. Excessive daytime sleepiness can make activities such as driving, operating machinery, or any task that requires constant attention dangerous. Many people with sleep apnea report frightening episodes of nearly falling asleep at the wheel or during important meetings at work. The constant feeling of functioning below capacity can lead to feelings of inadequacy, low self-esteem, and even depression. It's like living your entire life in energy-saving mode, never able to access your true physical and mental potential. One of the most frequently asked questions I receive is how long it takes to see improvements after starting sleep apnea treatment. The good news is that many people begin to feel significant differences within the first few weeks of proper treatment. With regular CPAP use, for example, blood oxygen levels immediately normalize, allowing the brain to finally reach the deepest, most restorative stages of sleep. Initially, you may notice fewer nighttime wake-ups, improved morning energy, and easier daytime focus. As the months pass, the benefits become even more pronounced. Blood pressure often improves symptoms of depression and anxiety, decreased libido returns, and even the immune system becomes stronger. Many people report regaining not only their nights, but also their joy in life, their motivation, and their ability to fully enjoy the relationships and activities that truly matter. Sleep apnea treatment isn't just about better sleep, it's about restoring your overall quality of life. Imagine a person who for years avoided long trips because they knew they would exhaust themselves, who declined social invitations because they lacked energy, and who even stopped pursuing hobbies they loved because they felt constantly unmotivated. After properly treating their sleep apnea, they not only resumed traveling and socializing, but also discovered they had the energy to learn new things, exercise regularly, and even start a new professional project they had put off for years. It's also important to discuss the adjustment to treatments, especially CPAP, which can seem challenging at first. Most people need a few weeks to fully adjust to the equipment, and this is completely normal. Start by using it for short periods during the day to familiarize yourself with the sensation. Make sure the mask fits snugly but not too tightly. Use the equipment even during daytime naps to speed up the adjustment process. If you initially feel claustrophobic, practice deep breathing and relaxation techniques. Remember that the benefits you begin to feel will quickly outweigh any initial discomfort. Many people who initially resisted treatment reach the point where they can no longer sleep without the equipment because they feel so much better using it. The key is to be patient with yourself and understand that any adjustment period will be temporary, but the benefits will be long-lasting. Work with your medical team to adjust pressures, try different types of masks, and find the setting that works best for you. We've reached the end of our conversation, but this is actually just the beginning of your journey toward truly restful nights and energized days. If you recognized yourself in the symptoms we discussed today, if you finally found explanations for that unexplained exhaustion you've been experiencing, I want you to know that you don't have to accept this as your permanent reality. Millions of people around the world have reclaimed their lives after discovering and treating sleep apnea. Sleep medicine has advanced tremendously in recent decades, and today we have effective, comfortable, and affordable treatment options. The First step is to acknowledge that your symptoms are real, that you deserve to feel rested and energized, and that help is available. If you suspect you may have sleep apnea, talk to a healthcare professional about your symptoms. Often a primary care physician can perform an initial evaluation and, if necessary, refer you to a sleep medicine specialist. Don't be afraid of tests or treatments. Modern technology has made both diagnosis and treatment much simpler and more comfortable than in the past. Remember that investing in the quality of your sleep is investing in all aspects of your health and quality of life. It's investing in your ability to be present in your relationships, productive at work, and happy in your personal life. You deserve to wake up every day feeling renewed, energized, and ready to enjoy everything life has to offer. If this video helped you better understand your symptoms or gave you hope that there is a solution to your sleep problems, please like it, share it with someone who might be experiencing the same thing, and subscribe to the channel to receive more content that can transform your quality of life. In the comments, tell me what was the most important information you learned today, or if you already have experience with sleep apnea, share your story to inspire others who may be at the beginning of this journey. In the coming weeks, we will be bringing specific videos on exercises that can help reduce sleep apnea symptoms, tips to improve your adaptation to CPAP if you are just starting this treatment, and lifestyle strategies that complement any type of sleep apnea treatment. Remember, you are not alone on this journey, and every night of restful sleep you achieve is a victory worth celebrating.